all local, all morning. You're watching Fox 61 Morning News.
It is Thursday, February 5th. Good morning. Almost the weekend. So close. Thanks for joining us in Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus. I'm Bridget Burelow.
And America Aries. Happy Thursday. We hope your morning's off to a good start so far. We're checking in with Rachel Piscatelli. We were talking and thinking about baseball last night at the Yard Goats promotional unveiling. So I think everybody's looking forward to spring.
Yeah,
signs baseball going.
Signs of what's to come, right? Spring training just around the corner, as well as Yard Goats just around the corner too, near freezing the next 2 days. So we have temperatures that are still going to remain very comfortable over the course of the next couple of days. But our numbers now anywhere from 9 to about 16 degrees colder. We have mostly clear skies out there this morning, and that has allowed for that daytime heating to just go all the way up and give us these colder numbers. 5 in Hartford, 1 in Willimantic, 17 in New Haven, and 4 in Danbury. So our wind speeds are fine this morning, 3 to about 6 miles per hour, and not taking a huge chunk of what it feels like outside. So plan for single digits now into the 30s this afternoon. I think some of us dressing for the upper 20s to right around 30 degrees will be a good idea for today. Mostly sunny skies, mostly cloudy for our Friday. So a little bit more in the way of cloud coverage as we head towards Friday and into Friday night. That's going to be ahead of an opportunity for some snow as we head into Saturday morning. We're thinking additional 1 to 2, maybe even 3 inches of snow for Friday night into Saturday morning. That may lead to just travel disruptions first thing Saturday. Again, this isn't a blockbuster storm, but it may be enough to coat the ground up and make things slick. After the snow comes to an end, we're talking about bitter cold numbers, dangerous stuff as we head into this upcoming weekend. We have this extreme cold watch in effect for Saturday night into Sunday morning. For wind chill values in northwestern Connecticut, close to 30 below. Hypothermia, frostbite, a concern moving forward. We'll have more details on this, talk about the rest of our work week and into this upcoming weekend's forecast coming up in just a bit. Here at 6:02, we are largely quiet with the road work that we've been following in the morning wrapping up now. So on 91, we did have some earlier road work towards Route 15 that has cleared for the morning commute. And then over in Stonington this morning, there is a little bit of road work still being reported, but there's no significant delays in the area. Bridget and Erica.
Lawmakers are meeting at the Capitol today. They're talking more about solutions to several housing issues that people here in Connecticut are facing.
Fox 61's Joe Monty is in Hartford this morning to tell us more about what lawmakers are trying to do to combat the problem. And Joe, this has been a growing problem for the past few years now, affordability.
Yeah, it has been. You hear it literally anytime you turn on the news. For example, there's always an issue of affordability of housing. There has been for the last few years in this state, and lawmakers are expected to meet at the Capitol this morning about 11 o'clock to discuss the housing shortage, but in particular issues the state faces because of the housing shortage and how those issues can be addressed. Some of those issues include funding for the homeless and education for the homeless children and rental assistance programs and more. Governor Lamont highlighted yesterday during his State of the State address that more housing is a priority in his administration and will continue to be going forward. He and fellow lawmakers want to continue to build more affordable housing around the state. Back in November of 2025, House Bill 8002 was passed, which requires towns to create housing growth plans. Towns need some level of affordable housing, but can choose where they want to put it. It also expanded incentives for local governments to build more affordable housing as well. And when the bill was passed, lawmakers highlighted how it could help, for example, college students who are looking to move out and start their career, or people who need affordable local options to live. Some believe the bill gave too much power to the state over local governments. Some called it a one-size-fits-all mandate. However, the bill was passed, and it's some of the most significant action lawmakers have taken on this issue so far. And lawmakers say there's still plenty to do. We're going to continue to monitor what they do over there at the Capitol, and we'll bring it to you as soon as we get that information. For now in Hartford, Joe Monty, Fox 61.
People want action, Joe. We'll see if they get it. Thank you. And Governor Lamont signed a declaration that will enable the recently created Emergency State Response Fund. And this is to continue functioning through the 2027 fiscal year. The reserve was created in November to quickly respond to ongoing federal funding cuts toward essential services. Republicans pushed back against Lamont, saying the emergency funding should not fall solely on the governor's shoulders.
The party that champions the No Kings rallies and No Kings efforts is the same exact party now that is allowing one man to be king with an additional $500 million in an election year. It's wrong to utilize these crises in a political fashion.
The General Assembly is expected to consider the governor's legislation in the coming days.
Universal free school breakfast could be on the table for Connecticut students.
Fox 61's Glenn Kittle joins us live in West Hartford this morning with the latest on the governor's proposal to make breakfast free for students and his idea for free and reduced lunches. Glenn, this could help a lot of families.
Yeah, good morning, Bridget, Erica. It could be a pretty widespread move from the governor. We already know that free lunch already exists for students in Connecticut. However, their families have to fall within eligible income ranges. Now, the governor's plan to make the most important meal free for all Connecticut public school students at no cost to them is a pretty widespread plan. And also, we know that he's been talking about this for some time now. The last time the state implemented a universal free school program was during the pandemic. Students nationwide were able to get free breakfast and lunch funded by federal dollars. That lasted until 2022. Now in 2023, it was the American Rescue Plan funding that enabled Connecticut to continue free breakfast and lunch for many students on an income-based model. Now some Connecticut school districts offer free meals. However, the governor's proposal, if implemented, would be the first of its kind. Lamont released the fiscal year 2026 budget on Monday. It's about $28.7 billion with some increases to education, health care, and social services. So we'll see later on this morning. He's going to release more information on his proposal at about 11 o'clock, and we'll be there to listen to what he has to say about making some dollars for this free universal breakfast program. Live in West Hartford, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.
And something to remind ourselves, Ned Lamont is running for a third term. This is an election cycle. Thanks, Glenn. Officers in Norwich are looking for a man they say robbed a gas station at gunpoint. This is the person that the police are looking for this morning. The robbery happened at the Shell gas station on West Main Street around 9 last night. Officers say the man demanded money from the clerk and then ran off. No one was hurt in the robbery. We don't know how much cash this man got away with. If anyone saw what happened, you are asked to contact Norwich Police.
2 men committed an armed home invasion and carjacking on Fitch Street in New Haven. That's where they used a fire extinguisher as a weapon against the victim. Now, this all happened at the small housing complex, and thankfully that victim was not injured. People in the area, though, they're saying that the violence there is especially concerning given that less than a block away is the campus of Southern Connecticut State University.
It's honestly not surprising. The broker people get, the more desperate they're going to be and the more dangerous things they're going to do to make sure they're providing for themselves and their families.
The suspects involved still haven't been identified or taken into custody. The victim's car, however, has been recovered. A Brookfield firefighter sustained minor injuries after a fire at a home caused major damage there. Crews were called out to Fleetwood Lane just before 11 o'clock yesterday morning. Firefighters say the fire started on the second floor of a 2-story home. Officials say strong winds and a lack of nearby fire hydrants made the conditions dangerous, and that prompted a second alarm. The family is now displaced. The cause of the fire is under investigation.
One person was arrested following a tractor-trailer crash on I-84 East in Southington. The collision happened around 8 o'clock last night. It caused the tractor-trailer to cross from the eastbound side to the westbound lanes, blocking all traffic. State police say thankfully no one was hurt. We'll continue to follow this story and bring you updates on air and online on fox61.com. And 6:09 is your time now. The search for today. Co-anchor Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy, enters day 5 this morning. Nancy Guthrie was reported missing from her home right outside Tucson, Arizona, after she didn't go to church Sunday morning. The FBI and local law enforcement are now investigating. No suspects or persons of interest have been identified. At least 3 different media outlets have reported they received ransom notes earlier this week demanding millions of dollars in Bitcoin, and that's for Nancy Guthrie's safe return. In a gut-wrenching video posted to Instagram, Savannah Guthrie pleaded for her missing mother to come home.
We too have heard the reports about a ransom letter in the media. As a family, we are doing everything that we can. We are ready to talk. However, we live in a world where voices and images are easily manipulated. We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive and that you have her. We want to hear from you, and we are ready to listen. Please reach out to us.
Savannah alongside her sister and brother there. Investigators returned to Nancy's home in Tucson yesterday. You see a crime scene being taped around the home and the perimeter. A news conference is set for this afternoon.
Oh, check this out. Look at here. This is a video of a fire that decimated part of a hospital. This is in Pennsylvania. This happened late last night. Emergency crews there say that more than 70 patients had to be transferred from that hospital to another facility. The fire was contained to an outpatient orthopedic unit of Lee Valley Hospital, which is our news partner reports there is a total loss. A firefighter was taken to the hospital with chest pains.